That looks like fun. Got a nice little jump over there. Looks like it could be a lot of fun too. I'm gonna go ahead and walk the S&T course, the suspension and traction course. It's Mitch and Tom up there. Mitch is doing the maneuverability. Tom's doing the S&T run today. So the exit's right here and the entrance is over here. Lower to the, get it around. Straight shot through, and then we get to these guys here. Kind of drive through the middle of them, see where Tom's walking. That's his plan of attack. Essentially trying to get the most power while going through this. So it goes through here, has a nice easy turn. Shouldn't have any problem getting some power through that. They have a very large jump here. Say about 4 feet tall. Or if you're using metric units, I have no idea, so don't ask me. So tabletop's a little bit at the top. It has an easy slope down to the logs. These look like a lot of fun, nice and wet, compacted together, not too big of an issue, and then they have some cement bumps at the end there. Going straight, get some power through here if we need it. Have a slight drop, probably about a foot tall. Flip the metal pipe. Say hi. There's 2 of those back to back. Okay, looks like there's a bunch back to back. So there's a third one here. Off in a little, so then you just gotta get a little bit of angle here. The trick is going off the drops like this. You want to keep the wheels straight, steering wheel straight, so you don't have a chance to mess up any of the tie rods attached to it. So it's basically just a zigzag over these 1 foot drops. Just reinforce them with metal, so even if the mud deteriorates over the day, they'll still have it there. Later in the day, they're going to avoid ruts. So it's scheduled to rain a little bit, so that might be something that could be a bit of an issue. This one here has a nice big slope over it. It's probably about 2 foot drop, maybe 1.5 feet. There's a pile more mud on it. Got a nice turn here. There's 2 oops. Back to back. I don't know if you can see from this angle. Essentially, it's about a 2 foot, slightly higher angle slope with a nice easy slope off of it. Up again to another 2 foot, pretty steep angle slope, followed by an easier drop off the back. So that's going to require either a smart entrance, again because of ruts later in the day, or a bit of just a bit of power. Now there's a nice straightaway here, kind of gives you a bit of speed, so you want to be able to manage the speed and be smart about going over these logs up here. So either you can power through over the logs and really test the strength of your A-arms, or you can do a nice quick brake with our awesome racing brakes right before the log and do it easy over it. There you see there's a bit of a rut already from the rain right beforehand, so over the course of the day you want to avoid the tire tracks while you're going over this, but there's a nice bit of packed mud afterwards, so it shouldn't really get caught on it. There's another couple. They're on angles again because it's harder for the steering. It's harder on the suspension to have them on angles than to have it just be straight, because you want to keep that steering wheel straight. And here's a nice big rut along this one here.
What do you guys think?
That's Sam Burrill. He's the guy in charge of the SAE events.
Say what?
There's quite a bit of metal right on the top of those telephone poles right to the first tabletop.
So you can see there's, you know, kind of 6 logs in a row here. 1, 2, getting a nice little curve pattern here. So you want to be able to clear all these logs over the turn. This one's nice and tall, probably about 1.5 feet tall. And as I said, the optimal path most likely will get rutted out throughout the day. So the earlier we get to it, the better. That's a nice big one. This is a nice smaller one. If we keep it closer to the inside, there's a lot of dirt right there. It should be a really easy clearance. These two are nice connected here. So if you take it closer to the left side, you can see it's going to be a little bit easier than trying to go farther to the right. But off of this turn here, it's going to be a lot easier to go to the right, which is why they placed it so wide over there. So if you have a tighter turning radius throughout this log turn here, it's going to provide you with a better angle. So again, we got a nice straight path here. Again, easy to build up speed if we need to. Again, you know, so yeah, easy way to build up speed. Got a nice little jump here. So kicking us off the course, but I'm gonna keep walking for a little bit longer. I want to see the rocks. So we got a nice drop here. It's probably at 3 feet up off the normal course with a solid 2-foot drop. It's followed by a nice sloped angle the rest of the way. We got a nice big log here, probably about 2.5 feet, 3 feet tall. Maybe a little less than that. My numbers could be off the higher things get. So that's the nice big log. A nice couple turns here, followed by a solid 1-foot tall drop off the cement. So hopefully the mud doesn't deteriorate too much to just jack up the front. See, they got the cool cat vehicle here, followed by a rock garden. So it's a sloped rock face. If something terrible happens, they can use the cat vehicle to move the rocks around a little bit. So these guys are smart and they're standing on top of it. So we get to see what they're doing. Smart but sarcastic. So, and then that exits right there. So essentially they go by how far you get through it. If you get through all the way, then it goes by time.
Yeah. Up. I'm guessing it's all going to stop right here. You know what I mean?
So it all goes by distance until you get to the finish, and then they go by time. So if you get a time, you're a lot better off than most teams are going to be. Because this is really, you just have to, there's only one path you can really follow here. And it's going to be tough, but if anyone can do it, Tom can. Right, Tom?
I knew it.
Yeah.
At least up to here.
Yep.
Maybe not over. We'll see.
I don't know. I think you can get the right path. You know, if you really.
I don't know what that path is though.
Yeah, we're gonna have to watch other teams and see if anybody clears it.
See, like, you can go like.
Well, actually, everything. That's out of like 100.
I think you might be able to get it if you go wide, and then come in like this and just try to hop on there.
Right.
Because you're not gonna be able to get in that. Through that
No,
crest.
this over here is just, you know, not anything we can deal with. But
So maybe if we come in really hard on the left side.
I just have to.
Get up here. Pretty sure you get up like there.
Yep. I think they're gonna be a little less strict about going out of bounds at this portion too. So if your back tire goes out of bounds, I think that'll be okay. If anything, they'll just dock points on that.
You can always stop at the top.
Yep.
And
I mean, you could probably like go really slowly down the other side.
yeah,
I think once you get to
up,
once you get to the top, you don't need any more speed after that. You
as
just
long as
need.
you can get up, you should be there though.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and look at the other side. So we'll get it back to car height. So this is eye level for the cars. That's what I've been going with. This.
When we did in 2011, I don't think we were like.
So that's a nice, it's a solid 4 foot like slab right there, and you can see it's a bit challenged.
We were in the bar the other day.
But once you get over this, you're pretty much set.
Slide off. Without nose dive.
Maybe just keep power all the way through.
No, if you keep power all the way through, you'll probably roll it. Because you're gonna bounce off a rock and either roll it or mess something up.
Yeah. True, we don't want to be one of the cars that rolls. Although getting over it is going to give us a distinct advantage in terms of our distance.
And then we're done.
Yep. But yeah, if we finish and we get a time, that's going to put us pretty high up there on the ranks to begin with. All right, so that was the suspension and traction. See that nice little exit sign here. So if the steering brakes on the rocks, so they put a nice little bale of hay there to keep people from running into the judge booth over there.
Ow.